see by your face that was a tough battle, but off to Wembley, you must be made up.
Yeah, definitely. I thank Toby for that one. But we knew how tough it was going to be today. And, Leigh are great opponents, and we had to bring our A game to get it done.
Hey, you conceded an unfortunate try in the first minute. How did you go about just making sure that didn't affect game plan or mentality or anything like that?
Yeah, obviously it's not the way we wanted to start, but we knew we just had to get back in the grind, and I'm so proud of the boys that we didn't lose our heads. We got stuck into our game plan and got the job done.
It seems to really to and fro as a game, and the spells where you were on top and then Leigh. Was there any other point that you felt like you were kind of in complete control?
No, we knew Leigh were never going to go away. They're a quality side, and there was a spot at Wembley up for grabs, and we knew the boys had dig deep. We were missing a few. Tashi got injured in the first half. We had missed George and Danny, but the boys who were out there today really dug in and got the job done.
You were able to find some space at times, but how much of that came off the back of the work that your middles did? Because they looked like a real firefight in the front.
Yeah, definitely. We knew the longer the game went and the arm wrestle went on, there was going to be space, and we had kind of a makeshift back three at that stage. Toby had dropped back, so a bit of pressure kind of fell on me to catch those balls, and there was a bit of space. I was happy with that.
Wembley again, how desperate are you to put it right?
Yeah, definitely. I think the occasion got the better of us last year, and I think last time Hull were there as well, they missed out, so it's going to be two teams that are desperate to win something, and it's going to be a quality game.
Just a word on the Warrington fans, this place was shaking.
They are outstanding. I thought they brought energy all day and really got us home in that second half.
Well done, mate, enjoy it.
Cheers, thank you.
Stef, tough game that in blistering conditions, but back to Wembley, it must be a really good feeling.
Yeah, it was a real tough game. I thought Leigh were outstanding. End to end, we probably come up with a few mistakes which put us under the pump a bit and let Leigh off a little bit, but yeah, I think just walking around speaking to the fans there, I think it's a thoroughly good game to watch, and everybody enjoyed that one.
From the moment you stepped out, the heat, the play in terms of the opposition, it just felt like a semi-final. It felt like a big game. Did that kind of translate onto the pitch? Did it feel different?
Yeah, it did. I thought, especially early on, I think, like I said, when we come out, it just had that different feel. Even in warm-up, like I said, we just had that different feel. And I think, early on, like I said, we come up with a few uncharacteristic errors that put ourselves on the pump. First set of the game, we get a charge down, and they go and score from 50 metres. But I thought we did really well. We got back into the game, got back to our game plan, and we put on some decent stuff in the end to get a good win.
I've lost count of how many combinations you've had in the spine this season as a side, but every time it's a big game, every time it's on the line, you seem to come out with a big performance. What's the mentality of this group like?
Yeah, I think that's what we've built over the last couple of years. It's something we've spoke about, regardless of who's out there, it's the next man up, and we've got every confidence that the next man in will do that job. And like I said, we've had I don't know how many combinations, not only in the spine this year, but on the edges, back rowers, centres changed. Obviously we lost Matty Ashton during the game, we lost Josh Fulis during the game, so we had a bit of a, works on the run, so to speak. But yeah, like I said, we've just got that mentality of next man in, and whoever comes in, we've got full trust in them that they'll get the job done.
Obviously there's no bad time to score, but it felt like the tries came at really key moments in the game. Just after they'd scored in the first minute, you get one back, and then Vorney under the sticks. It just felt like when you needed to take your chances today, you were able to. Yeah,
that was probably one of the pleasing things. Like I said, there was a few bits in there which we weren't happy with. Like I said, probably kept Leigh in the game at times, but yeah, like I said, credit to the lads, we kind of stuck to the plan, and we got the points when we needed them. I think even the little bits where we get the penalties, we take the two and just keep that scoreboard ticking over, just keep ourselves kind of 2 scores in front, and like I say, in the end we got the job done.
Second Wembley trip in 2 years for this group. Obviously we're looking to put last year right, but was this something you spoke about at the beginning of the year, a real kind of target to get back there?
Yeah, I think as long as I've been at Warrington, probably before my time, I think a club of this stature, I think the goal every year is to be in with a chance of every competition, whether that's Challenge Cup, League Leaders, Grand Final. So yeah, obviously I'm not going to lie to you, it's something we wanted to do. We want to get back to Wembley, and like I said, hopefully this year it'll be a different outcome. But we've got quite a few weeks between now and that big game, so we'll focus on what's coming in the next 3 weeks, and then get ourselves ready for the big day when it comes.
Just a word of the supporters, a lot of noise today.
Yeah, a lot of noise. They were absolutely outstanding. I think wherever we go, they travel in great numbers, and I think it's a bit cliche and everyone says it, but they really do just give you that little bit of edge when you need it, when you're out on your feet at the end, and they just they come up with that one more song or that one more cheer, and it does just lift you that little bit and get you over the line.
Well done, mate. Enjoy it.
Cheers, Leigh. Thank you.
Awesome. Cheers, Stef.